Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the sleep clinic we have every week. Welcome, and I'm so pleased and excited to have Antje here. And it's an amazing person who really helps people with their mindset, help people with emotions, help people with different things they're struggling with. Working with women, working with different, as well as men. And because I'm a woman, I'm particularly interested in that aspect, helping with people with mindset and tools and techniques. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome, Antje, and please, over to you.
All right, thank you for having me. And I'm glad to see all different new names here, people that I don't know. And if you have any questions, we can answer them in a little while. So, who am I? I'm Antje Swart. I've got a German passport, a South African heart, and I'm currently living in Sweden. And my mission is to help people to align their head, heart, and habits. Because when you feel better, you do better, you're more efficient, you're more effective. And when you are more efficient, more effective, and you're feeling better, you get better results. And when you get better results, you've got more fulfillment, joy, and wealth in your life. And how do I do that? Through various ways. One of my beautiful passions is the world of the mind and emotions and the body. And amongst other things, I'm a qualified hypnotherapist. And this is what I want to bring in here today with the sleep clinic. Because what keeps you up at night? That's the question. And most people, they have racing thoughts, right? If you have body issues like restless leg syndrome, hot flushes, or, all kinds of things, I would say, Yewande, we do this for a different topic, different time. But today I want to speak and share a couple of tips of how you can make your mind your best friend. Because a lot of people here, they wake up or they can't fall asleep because the moment it goes quiet outside and calm outside, the mind goes. Or at 4 o'clock, the mind goes. Or at 2 o'clock, the mind goes. Or at 3 o'clock, the mind goes. And then do you rest? No, you don't. So now let's understand a little bit the power of our thoughts and our body. You have between 50 and 70,000 thoughts every single day. And every single thought has a physical reaction. And here's another fun fact. You're only aware of about 5%, 5 to 10% of your thoughts. The rest is kind of all automatic because we have a subconscious mind and we have a conscious mind. The conscious mind is analytically thinking, logical, sequential, all rational. And that's about 5, maximum 10% of your thinking capability. The rest is your subconscious mind. And it's in your subconscious mind where you have your blockages, where you have your limited belief systems, and where you have your biggest power source. Because your subconscious mind is the seat of your imagination, of your creativity, of your deep-seated values, of your beliefs, what's right and wrong. Whether you speak English, German, or Swedish, or Afrikaans like I do, or you speak Egyptian or Arabic or Hebrew or French or whatever, subconscious mind. That voice that lets you know you can, that desire, that love, that feeling, I want to change, I can be so much more. It's a subconscious mind, right? So in the same way, your subconscious mind is also of the seat of the voice that says, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you can't do this, you should. So now, how can you make your mind your best friend? It's an ongoing process, and I want to just share some really quick tips here. And if you want to know more, please reach out to Yewande, reach out to me, and we can dive into details. But the thing is, the rule of the mind is you can only think one thought at a time. All right? You cannot think of gray, you cannot think of black and white at the same time. It gives gray. but you can only hold one thought at a time. So very important to remember. So now the other rule of the mind is, or a rule of you being a conscious human being, is you are not your thoughts. You are the maker of your thoughts. You always have a choice. Sometimes, if you're prone to anxiety and panic attacks, it feels like you don't have a choice, but you do. All right. So now, how can you make this work when sleeping? Ideally, you want to have a quiet mind, right? Okay. Now, I personally believe to have a quiet mind is impossible. Okay, so I mean, I could try to sit 50 years in the Himalaya on high altitude, just eat very dry food, and maybe I could quiet my mind. Okay, so let's not even go down that route, have a quiet mind, because having no thought is already a thought. So this is what I figured out for myself, and I'm sharing it with you. If you give your mind a thought that it runs itself to a point of standstill, you can drift off to sleep and to relaxation. Because every thought has a physical reaction. Now you think energetic thoughts, anxious thoughts, panic thoughts, you have a panic reaction. You think relaxing thoughts, neutral thoughts, you have a neutral or relaxing or an uplifting chemical reaction in your body. That is physics, energetics, and biology and chemistry. There is no other way. And it works 100% every single time. So my suggestion and tip for you is to really go and steer your thoughts in the direction where you want them, where they run themselves in a pleasant way for you to a point of standstill. And we can go into details how it applies to each individual in a moment, but the principle remains the same. You do not want to suppress a thought, but you might want to redirect it so that you deal with it tomorrow. You might want to have a notepad next to you so that you can write it down, because the moment you write it down, I sometimes do that. I get up and I've got to write it down, because then I know it's captured. I will not forget it and I can relax easier. That is a possibility. And you ideally want to combine your thoughts with your breathing. Anxious thoughts create anxious breathing. One of the best ways to calm down the body and the mind is breathing deeply into the belly. There's some beautiful breathing exercises that you can do which will trigger calming and relaxing hormones and counter out and counterbalance the adrenaline. So when you do the breathing together with calming thoughts, then you're already slowing down your nervous system. It works every single time. Now, here's an interesting thing what happens when we're falling asleep. It's quiet outside and our subconscious mind wants to speak. And this is what keeps most people awake. So if you do have the reoccurring thought patterns coming up every single time when you fall asleep, then go and address those issues at the root cause. And Yewande and I, we can help you and connect you with people that can do that. Because the subconscious mind, when the outside is quiet, it wants to speak. And when it comes up, it means you are ready to shift it. Okay? Now, before you come and see and work through whatever is bugging you, write it down. Address yourself in a positive, loving, caring manner. I said, thank you. I hear you. I see you. Can I get back to you in the morning? Kind of thing. Because the body needs to sleep. You've got to have the rest for all kinds of important functions in the body. So go, and even if you have anxious thoughts, if you just go and I hear you, I see you, right? And you choose to create a place of safety for you that can be a kind of an affirmation of, I am safe, it's okay. And if you could combine this with calming breathing, you will guaranteed, and I don't say the word guaranteed easily, but I know this for a fact that it works. It will calm down your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, and you are easier to drift off to relaxation or even sleep, right? Sometimes the issues have to be addressed, but it's about accepting them and putting them somewhere else instead of suppressing them. If you suppress them, you create resistance. You can't sleep when you're resistant. But if you keep in your mind a picture of, I am safe, it's okay, all is well, I can do this, I'm busy doing this. Or if you just simply count your breath, your mind is busy and it's not creating a stress response, it's not creating adrenaline, it's creating calming physical feel-good hormones, and it makes it easier to drift to sleep. And in that regard, one thing, anybody who doesn't fall asleep or wake up, switch your tablet and your phone off at least 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Do not have your phone or any electronics in the room. They are emitting electromagnetic frequencies, whether they're switched on or switched off. You have the electromagnetic frequencies. They are messing with your brain and they are messing with your hormones. Some people can sleep through this. If you have a sleep issue, all electronics out the bedroom. All right? And then you can bore yourself to sleep because you've got nothing to look at. All right. But you want to give yourself, you choose something that you give your mind to be busy and to be busy. But in that busyness, it creates feel-good hormones. It creates the chemical structure and sets a chemical platform for sleep and relaxation. And that starts with your thinking. And it works every single time. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can do that. Yeah. I think we open it up for questions here, because when we have real life situations, it brings that point across a little bit more tangible and makes it easy to go with that.
Great. Thank you very much.